At this point, I don't know why I continue to be surprised by yet another very inexpensive guitar that seems to be way better than it has any right to be. Well, today I'm looking at the Squier Paranormal Toronado. When the original Toronado came out back in 1998, it was made in Fender's Mexican facility. Now, later versions were made in the US and then some in Korea. And back then, Toronados were played by a number of prominent rock players. But they weren't big sellers, and all versions were discontinued by 2007. Now, of course, it's no surprise the model wasn't a huge success back then. And most who are in the market for a Fender guitar, well, they tend to stick to variations of the models mostly designed in the 1950s. Also, this shape, which I think is cool, is not universally loved. And again, I suspect that has a lot to do with it being an offset, but not the classic shape of a Jazzmaster or Jaguar. Well, in 2020, Fender revived the Toronado as part of the Squier Paranormal series. And it's very similar to the original. It's the same covered humbuckers, same string-through hardtail bridge, and crucially, the Gibson-like 24 3/4 inch scale length. Now, it also has a separate volume and tone control for each pickup. Again, very much a Gibson-like feature. I have to say this one arrived barely playable, with no neck relief and comically low action. But that was easily remedied. The really important thing is the fretwork. If the frets are properly leveled and crowned, then a basic setup will likely be all it needs. And that was very much the case here. All I did was put on my preferred 10 through 46 strings, loosen the rod a little to get some relief in the neck, set the action and intonation, and now it feels and plays great. Well, other than the aforementioned Gibson-like features, the specs are a pretty standard Fender. It has a poplar body and a maple neck, with the modern 9.5 inch fingerboard radius. The frets are tall and narrow, and it has a 42 millimeter or 1.650 inch synthetic bone nut. It has vintage style tuners, a traditional single action truss rod, and an Indian laurel fingerboard. So let's see how it sounds. All right, now some basic tones. Here's the neck pickup. And here's the bridge pickup. And both pickups together. Okay, here's the neck pickup. The bridge pickup. And both pickups together. Now, I should caution you that while this one feels nice and plays very well, it is just one example, and I have heard reports of occasional sloppy fretwork. Now, as I said, the fretwork on this one is generally good, but the fret ends, while not at all bad, could be smoother. All this just means you need to shop wisely and be prepared to do a little setup work. Well, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.